What's good, y'all? It's Q, and I'm back with another video, bro. Hey, man, look, this is something different, y'all. Well, it's not really something different. I have posted basketball content on my channel before, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I haven't been that motivated to do like music reactions. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Switch it up since it is playoff time. It is playoff time. It's basketball. So I want to do something different, y'all. So right here. The title says "Stop It" is not even close. But this is basically who's who's the best point guard, Magic or Curry. You know, I'm gonna give my opinion. Everybody is titled to their own opinion, so don't bash me for my opinion. Um, but I want to know y'all opinion too. Y'all can leave it in the comments. I'm not if y'all like these type of videos, like basketball videos or whatever, because I do want to tune into back in the day, so like to the 90s and 80s and all that. I do want to tune in, so I want y'all to let me know if y'all like this type of content. If y'all do, I keep doing them. Y'all just let me know in the comments, and I want y'all opinion too. So, and yeah, I want to hear y'all opinions on this. But this is basically what it is. I feel like if we're going as a true point guard, I got Magic. You know, if we're going as a better overall player, probably Curry. You know, Curry can shoot, dribble. He's quick. You know what I'm saying? He's quick, everything. And if we were playing, if we were a true point guard, Magic, IQ, he could change the game in many ways. He's 6'9". His vision, like playmaking wise, facilitate. Come on, that's true point guard stuff, and I got Magic. So I got Magic with that, but you want to go with shooting and dribbling, Curry. But Curry is known for scoring. You know, Magic is known for passing. That's why he got his name Magic. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I wasn't born back then, but I have looked at like old games. But I'm not gonna lie, I've been looking at old games of Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I looked at old games of Michael Jordan, not Magic like that. You know, I just seen like highlights and clips, stuff like that. But I ain't gonna talk too much. Let's get straight to the video. Come on.
If you go online and search around social media, you'll quickly find out that Steph Curry has so many fans. It's very understandable. The guy is the greatest shooter that the game of basketball has ever seen.
Can't deny it. That's facts. That's facts. Can't deny it. And y'all, if my camera is like in the corner, it's probably might be blocking out some stuff, but bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. I'm gonna try and fix it, y'all. You know, I just gotta get my camera set up right again. So just bear with me, y'all.
He spaces the floor like no one else has before, and with
Yeah.
him leading the way, he has pushed the NBA into a new era, focused
Facts.
almost entirely on three-point shooting. He's also a 6'3" player who isn't an athletically gifted freak like many modern-day superstars. Yet he still finds a way to be an elite ball player year in and year out. Many people find this quality admirable. No matter how you slice it, Steph has firmly established himself as one of the greatest basketball players to ever live. Now with that being said, many of his fans online, many modern athletes, and much of the mainstream media
That Michael Parsons?
as one of the greatest basketball players to ever live.
Yeah. He's one of the greats. You know, can't deny it. He will be in the Hall of Fame. He changed the game around when it came to shooting. You know, like what do you see in this generation of basketball? Straight shooting. You know.
Now with that being said, many of his fans online, many modern
We miss watching Joe, but I promise you in 20 years, y'all not going to be able to tell me Steph Curry wasn't a great. I watched this man live. Oh, Michael Parsons. I'm gonna, I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going, y'all. Cause I do want to. I'm about to. I want to see what his. Well, I want to see what this dude conclusion is. You know. Yes, he changed. Yes, he changed the game. but we know Curry as a scoring point guard. Like we're going off true point guard. Like Curry, he probably don't even average. He probably averaged at least 7 assists, bro. Magic can what average a triple double if you want to. I don't know Magic's stats back then, but I'm pretty sure. All right,
Modern athletes and much of the mainstream media are anxious to put him into the top spot of the greatest point guards of all time.
Co-pilot, I'm freaking out about the speech right now. How can I get it together?
All right.
let's see. And then I skip this.
Stop it. Get some.
Guards of all time. And my response to that is
Stop it.
greatest point guards of all time. And my response to him into the top spot of the greatest point guards of all time. And my response to that is
Stop it. Get some help.
it's not that I think Steph isn't on his way to the top. He's still very elite, and by the end of his career, he might just be the consensus pick over Magic Johnson. But in my opinion, this is the perfect example of recency bias, and way too many people being a slave of the moment. It's so premature to already put him in the top spot, but many people forget just how dominant Magic Johnson was in such a short period of time. Unlike many of today's modern legends,
Didn't he win? First of all, didn't he win a ring his rookie year? Like, didn't he win a ring his rookie year? And at that, didn't he play center in his rookie year in the playoffs or championship? You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all know more about it than me. Y'all know more about it than me. So keep tune me in. You know what I'm saying? I'm just learn more. So
Magic wasn't blessed with a long and healthy career. In 1991, he shook the world with his announcement that he had obtained HIV. You need to understand, when Magic played his last game before that announcement, he was only 31 years old. Think about other NBA greats if they retired at that same age. Dirk Nowitzki would no longer be an NBA champion. LeBron James would only have 2 rings instead of 4, Shaq would have 3 titles instead of 4, Duncan would have 4 titles instead of 5, Michael Jordan would only have 3 titles instead of 6, and Steph Curry would only have 3 titles instead of 4. Magic Johnson had 5 championship rings when he had to retire at such an early age, and there was
he probably would have won a few more, bro. Not gonna care. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know I knew he retired, but I didn't know he retired at 31 years old. But and I did not know that he had 5 rings at 31. But that's crazy, bro. That,
still a second half of his career in store that we never got to witness. Who knows? Magic may have ended up with 7 or 8 championships if he wasn't forced to retire early. Now don't get me wrong, my point isn't to give Magic credit for things that he actually didn't accomplish. But what you certainly can't argue is the fact that Magic built a GOAT candidate resume in roughly half the time that it took everyone else to build theirs. Also consider this. In the last 2 seasons leading up to that retirement, Magic was the league MVP in 1990 and he was the MVP runner-up in 1991. In Game 5 of the 91 Finals, which was the last game of that season, Magic had 16 points, 20 assists, and 11 rebounds.
like I said, the man can average a triple double, bro. He's not there. Like you don't consider Magic as a scorer. Like you wouldn't consider Magic as a scorer like Curry. I consider Curry as a scorer. I consider Magic as a passer. You know, as a true PG. That's what you're supposed to do. As a true PG. You know.
He got 20 assists in a finals game, while his 2 best scoring options were out with injuries, which were James Worthy and Byron Scott. Not only were there no signs of him slowing down, but you could argue that he was just as good as ever. Steph has already significantly passed Magic in seasons played, yet he's still trying to catch him in terms of every major accolade, including MVPs, championships, finals MVPs, and all NBA teams. This is because Magic was incredible from the start of his career until the very end. The greatest playoff performance in NBA history was when a 20-year-old rookie guard replaced an injured Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at center and won the championship-clinching 6th game with a total of 42 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals on 61% shooting. And what people often fail to consider is how a rookie Magic did that against the Philadelphia 76ers, who were the #1.
Now, I don't know who was on the 76ers back then, you know? Hold on, unless was it Clyde? I don't know, y'all. I don't know what team that was. But I hear a lot of people say that, like, they're, like, it's a bunch of janitors just playing, you know? A bunch of high school teachers, janitors just playing the NBA back then. Like, bro, oh, do you know how physical that game is? Like, I really want to know, y'all, how much do y'all think Curry would average in back then in that type of era? I really want to know, y'all. But my question is, can y'all really compare the two eras? Because it's two different games, you know? One era you can get foul hard, they not gonna say nothing. There's another era you can get all you gotta do is like this, it's a foul. You know? You can tap him on the shoulder, it's a foul. One game is soft, one game is just rough. And like, can you really compare the two eras though? Like, can you switch them two? And who you think would be better? Curry and Magic era or Magic and Curry? Y'all let me know that too.
Ranked defense that season.
Yeah,
That was Magic's impact in his first season. While on
that's
the other
crazy.
hand, Steph Curry wasn't even considered as an elite player in the league until his 4th or 5th season. Again, I just can't emphasize enough how Magic didn't have the luxury of a full career like many other greats did. In this modern NBA, LeBron James is entering his 21st season in the league, Chris Paul is entering his 19th, and Kevin Durant is entering his 16th. John Stockton was another great point guard from Magic Johnson's era, and he played 19 seasons in the NBA. Magic only played 12 seasons before HIV caused him to retire. If he had a career as long as the other greats I previously mentioned, then he would have been competing for championships alongside of Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant in the twilight of his career. In Magic's 12 seasons before the announcement, he made it to the
I always want. I wonder how would that work out? Shit. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Magic, Shaq, and Kobe, bro. Magic, Shaq, and Kobe. What? Magic probably wouldn't even have to score. Then can go out there and get what 30 assists a game. You got Kobe and you got Shaq on your team and Magic as PG. Man, what?
NBA Finals 9 out of those 12 seasons, and in the entire Western Conference, he finished the highest in the MVP race 9 seasons straight. That is dominance. If we're being honest, that's a level of individual dominance that Steph Curry can only dream of, as his longest streak was just 2 seasons. Now, some Steph Curry fans will argue in his favor, saying that Steph changed the game with his 3-point shooting, and thus did something that no other great has ever done before. I'm gonna be honest, I hate this argument so deeply, because it isn't nearly as unique as they make it seem. When you narrow down the list of the top 10 greatest players of all time, nearly every one of them did something that completely changed basketball. For example, Michael Jordan made the game global. Larry Bird and Magic Johnson literally saved the NBA in the 1980s. Wilt Chamberlain changed the rulebook because of his dominance, as the league office was looking for ways to slow him down and balance the league. Bill Russell won more championships than any other player in NBA history.
And that's why I said rings at this point. Rings. You got if Bill Russell won how many rings? Like what 16? You know, if it, I'm guessing. I'm guessing, but 16. If he did win 16 rings, like if we're going by rings, Rod is the top. You know, if we're going by rings, that's why I say rings. It shouldn't mean, you know, 16 rings. Like, and then I think people always bring up the competition that they played. Like, bro, 16 rings is not hard to win. I don't know how many games they play back then, but I don't know if they play 82 games, but 16 rings is not hard to win. Like, I mean, 16 rings is not easy to win. That's what I meant. It's not easy, bro. 16 rings is not easy. All right? Like, man, I wish I could win 16 rings right now, bro. Like, 16 rings, man, I'd be blessed. And I don't even know how old he was when he stopped playing with 16 rings. Like, what? People struggle these days with one. Like,
Other than Bill Russell, the longest streak of championships by a
but do y'all, my bad for pausing y'all, but do y'all think the competition is better now than back then?
player is 3 straight rings. Bill doubled that and then added 2 more on top of it. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar uniquely dominated the league as he introduced the most indefensible shot of all time, the skyhook. In the history of the game, no player has ever had an entire conference gearing up to stop him like Shaquille O'Neal did in the early 2000s. I could keep going, but as you
There ain't nobody stopping Shaq, man. That nigga 50 Cent. But when he left with the Lakers, bro, I don't see nobody stopping Shaq, bro. Like, let's be 100% honest. The best big man in the game, bro. I don't see nobody stopping this nigga, bro. Come on now.
can see, many all-time greats have done things that have changed the game. So Curry fans saying, "My boy changed the game with his shooting," isn't swaying anything when you're looking at the select few greatest players of all time. Earlier I mentioned how mainstream media is already pushing this narrative.
Seoul has a little bit of everything. And with a
Cowherd, who claims that Steph Curry has already surpassed Magic Johnson, due mostly to the fact that Steph is a great shooter and Magic is not. I'm not gonna
Shooting don't have anything to do with it, bro. You're going by point guard. Who's a better point guard? Who's the best point guard? What are point guards made for, my nigga? That's the question. Well, yes, Curry can shoot and dribble better than Magic, but what are point guards made to do? You know, like come on now.
gonna lie. This is one of the dumbest arguments you could possibly make when comparing greats. Holding past legends to the standard of what makes players great in the modern game is ridiculously biased and seems desperate for a hot take. If you went back in time and during the 1980s you told Magic Johnson he wasn't the best point guard because he couldn't shoot from the perimeter, he would probably say, "What the hell does that have to do with me winning a championship?" Magic was the guy who found his shooters, like Michael Cooper and Byron Scott. And at that time, that era wasn't defined by screens and three-point shooting, but it was defined by fast break transitional basketball, which no one was better at than Magic. None of those stars in the 80s gave a damn about winning a hypothetical horse competition with players from the future. They were trying to win championships in that era based on the style of that era, and clearly
Yeah, the style of that era, people really didn't shoot threes. Like based on what I see people in mid range most of the time. Like I see people, they're not even past the 3 point line, bro. Like it's morely inside. It's like morely inside. You know, so that's like more of an inside game, like back then. But this era right here is what everybody can space out the floor and shoot. So yeah, it's harder. I feel like if you know everybody is going in the paint, to me, I feel like both eras would be hard, to be honest. But this era right here, bro, is patty cake, bro. Like fouls is getting called for no reason. Like you can't even, bro. You roll the ball to the ref, it's a tap, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like this era is so soft. Like it doesn't want people. People do not want to watch it. People will think it's red. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, I highly doubt if people thought it was red. But bro, you got people think it's red in this type of era in this generation, bro. Like people really think the basketball game is red because of the bro. You can't make it up, bro. You know, and then again, the defense was way better back then. I want to see a defense again. You know, I want to see every team just have a great defense, bro. It's players. First of all, I don't know if Magic was good on defense. You know what I'm saying? Curry, he's not a great defensive player. Now he's a great offensive player, but when it comes to defense, no, we all know that though. We all know that. I don't know if Magic was a great defensive player or not. But defense this generation is it sucks. Like I see people be lazy on defense. Back then, niggas was pressing full court. Man,
Clearly, Magic was very good at doing that, which should be what truly matters. Now listen, this video is not intended to come across as a Steph Curry slander video. My only point is that people are young and overreactive sometimes, and they're prematurely trying to put him in a spot that currently belongs to someone else. As of now, Magic has the edge in dominant consistency, championships, and individual accolades. I just don't see an angle where you can legitimately elevate Steph Curry above him at this current time. With that being said, Steph isn't showing any signs of slowing down either, and shooting ability is one of the skills that age the most gracefully in the NBA. So you would be foolish to say that it's impossible for him to pass Magic at some point in the future. As in the case of most things, time will tell. So what do you guys think? Am I wrong? Has Steph already passed Magic as the greatest point guard of all time? And if he hasn't, what would he have to do in order to secure the #1 spot? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
all right, y'all. So based off that right there, right? My opinion is, I feel like Magic, he's a better overall point. Magic is a better point guard than Curry. If you go about true point guard, you know what I'm saying? If you go about true point guard, it's Magic. But then again, y'all got to look at it like this, bro. So in that generation, Magic the best point guard. In this generation, people say Curry is the best point guard, but but what about CP3? You know, what about CP3, the point guy? You know, he's a true point guard too. So in this generation, do y'all put Curry over CP3 too? Because he's a true point guard. You know, like if we're going like shooting wise, scoring wise, Curry, of course, Curry all day. Now you going true point guard. We already know Magic take that, but isn't CP3 like a true point guard too? But y'all put Curry over him too. So, you know, but everybody has their own opinion. This is people can debate it, you know. But I'm going with Magic. So that's just me. But I want y'all to let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get more basketball knowledge. So I like these type of videos. But I didn't know that this video was gonna be. It sound like, well, we already know he was pro Magic. All right, he was pro Magic. So I thought he was gonna have like what I said, like 50-50 or something, bro. I didn't know he was gonna be straight Magic, but y'all let me know in the comments what y'all want me to react to. If y'all want any more basketball videos, y'all let me know in the comments. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And we out.